The shadow in the mirror. My name is David, and I've always been fascinated by the inexplicable, the supernatural. Little did I know that my insatiable curiosity would lead me to an encounter with pure terror. It all began innocently enough, when I moved into an old Victorian house that had an air of mystery about it. As I settled into my new home, I noticed a peculiar antique mirror in the master bedroom. It had an ornate golden frame, but it was the darkness that resided within its depths that captivated me. Every time I looked into it, I couldn't help but feel a subtle unease, as if there was something lurking just beyond the reflective surface. Late one night, unable to sleep, I found myself standing in front of the mirror, studying my own reflection. The room was dimly lit, casting long shadows across the floor. As I stared into the mirror, I noticed a flicker of movement behind me, a fleeting glimpse of a shadowy figure. I turned around, half expecting to find someone standing there, but the room was empty. My heart raced with a mix of fear and fascination. Could it have been a trick of the light, or was there something more sinister at play? In the days that followed, my obsession with the mirror grew. I would spend hours gazing into it, searching for any sign of the mysterious shadow. But each time, it would elude me, appearing only in the corner of my vision, a mere whisper in the periphery. The mirror seemed to possess a malevolent power, drawing me deeper into its clutches. My reflection began to change. I saw glimpses of a different face staring back at me, a face distorted by malice and despair. The once inviting golden frame now seemed to mock me, its twisted contours reflecting the twisted reality that had taken hold of my life. My nights became plagued by terrifying dreams. I would find myself trapped in a dark abyss, the shadowy figure from the mirror lurking just out of reach. Its presence filled me with an overwhelming dread, as if I was being consumed by an insidious force. The line between reality and nightmare began to blur. I would wake in a cold sweat, unable to shake the feeling that something malevolent was watching me. The shadows in my home seemed to take on a life of their own, whispering secrets and promises of torment. Determined to understand the truth, I sought the help of a renowned paranormal investigator, Dr. Elizabeth Wright. Her calm demeanor and extensive knowledge of the supernatural gave me a glimmer of hope. As Dr. Wright delved into the history of the mirror, she unearthed a chilling tale. The mirror, it seemed, had been passed down through generations, each owner plagued by a haunting presence. The shadow in the mirror was said to be a tormented soul trapped between worlds, a vengeful spirit seeking retribution for a past injustice. Together, we embarked on a daring experiment. Dr. Wright and I stood before the mirror, armed with candles and incense, ready to confront the shadow head-on. The air crackled with anticipation as we chanted ancient incantations, calling upon the spirit to reveal itself. Suddenly, the room grew still. The candles flickered as a dark mist began to form before the mirror. The temperature dropped, and an overwhelming sense of dread settled over us. The shadow materialized, a figure twisted and contorted, its eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. Fear gripped me, but I refused to back down. With Dr. Wright's guidance, I summoned every ounce of courage within me and demanded answers. The shadow's voice echoed through the room, its words laced with anger and sorrow. I have been wronged, it hissed, its voice dripping with malice. I seek justice for the pain inflicted upon me. As the spirit revealed its tragic tale, a sense of empathy washed over me. I realized that I held the key to its release, the mirror that had trapped it for centuries. Together, Dr. Wright and I devised a plan to free the spirit and put an end to its torment. With great trepidation, I reached out and shattered the mirror, the fragments falling to the floor like shards of a broken spell. A blinding light filled the room, and when it dissipated, the shadow was gone. Relief washed over me, mingled with a profound sadness for the spirit that had been trapped for so long. As I looked at the shattered mirror, I felt a sense of closure, a closure that came with a heavy price. Life slowly returned to normal, but the encounter with the shadow in the mirror left an indelible mark on my soul. I realized the dangers of tampering with forces beyond our understanding. and the importance of respecting the boundaries between the realms of the living and the dead. To this day, I steer clear of mirrors, avoiding their reflective surfaces as if they were portals into a world I can no longer comprehend. And though the shadow is gone, I can't help but wonder if a fragment of its darkness still lingers, waiting to claim another unsuspecting soul. The memory of that chilling encounter will forever haunt me, a constant reminder of the horrors that reside within the depths of our own reflections.